We would like to present to you thousands of people that have signed our petition.
Fantastic.
That is thanking you. Well, they thank you because we are opposed to the Jordan Cove facility that's proposed in Coos Bay. And basically, we feel that there is no need for any terminals in Oregon, and we think we can prove it if you do a needs analysis. We also feel there is a better way, and it's actually being done in places like Sweden. It's called decentralizing. Two-thirds of our electricity never makes it to our homes. This is an outdated form of energy, the way our energy systems are structured. We think we can start now. We think LNG is not the way to go. It is not a bridge. It is actually a detriment to actually doing what we need to do to take us in the future. Our governor has stated that we need this as a bridge fuel, and I'm here to tell you that is not so. I think the governor should go to Malmo, Sweden. Why? Because that community entirely is functioning. Their energy structures are totally renewables. There's people that think renewables can't do it. They need to go to these countries that are doing it. And part of the problem we have in this country is we have a centralized form of power. We have these big, huge power plants somewhere, usually very polluting, not very efficient. They put electricity, they make electricity, they put it in lines, it goes hundreds of miles. By the time it gets to your house, 2/3 of that electricity has been lost. That is not an efficient system. The efficiency is only like 35%. Now, in Denmark, they got their efficiency up to 97%. How'd they do it? They decentralized. So think of that word. Somebody said, can we have another word besides no LNG? I said, yeah. Decentralize. We need to go to the different types of energy power. Decentralized power is where smaller power facilities are built within the community, and the power is used at where the power is consumed where it's produced. This can include renewables and even gas until the renewables can kick in. It's the transition. To go to that, you can use it, and that's what they've done in Denmark. They do use gas. It's very efficient because they actually capture the heat. So it's called a CHP system, where it's combined heat and power. They actually heat buildings instead of just letting it go off into the air like we do now in our big power structures. So we can ask that we start going towards this and use our energy more efficiently. Now, how did Sweden get there? You know how they got there? Their government did have to step in. They put tax on polluters. Yes. It forced the power companies to go to the renewables because they gave them huge tax breaks if they did renewables. So now they're using biofuels. There's no more burning crops in the field. They take that in. That's energy, and it's amazing how much you can get with biofuels for energy production. Not only do you get electricity, you get heat from it, and it all heats buildings and all kinds of. It's a phenomenal. This is happening already. We don't have to invent this. It's already going on. It's called another concept called local power. San Francisco just hooked onto it. They are actually looking at taking local power, where you produce the power locally. You can do that through wind, biomass, a million different ways, and possibly gas until you convert over. I mean, we're not saying do away with it totally, but the bridge is to go to these other ways. There's just hundreds of acres of rooftops not being utilized. Those could be utilized. These are ways we can go. This is the bridge. It's not to bring in more and build more pipelines for something that's going to be not going to run out eventually. Whether it's today or tomorrow, I'm not going to get into that argument. There's people say we have a lot of supply, people say we don't have any. Either way, it's a limited supply. You don't need to go down that road.
There's been a lot of studies done here in the United States now, where communities are actually taking ownership of that power generation, and though it's been sold that corporate-owned power utilities are more efficient, empirical and statistical data don't confirm that. The benefits of community-owned power are so great that it's foolish for us to continue with this privatized model. The last thing I'd like to finish on real quickly is national security. I'm also a Marine mom, and my son served 2 tours in Iraq fighting for energy, and he is now permanently disabled. Energy fuels U.S. foreign policy, and we have sons and daughters dying in Iraq for energy that can be produced right here.
That's right. Yeah.
So if we were to import LNG from unstable rogue nations, we would not only be increasing our trade deficit, which is already devastating us economically, but I guarantee that if they wanted to cause trouble to us, they wouldn't have to blow up an LNG terminal. All they would have to do would be to withhold shipment.
Yeah. Go to war. There's a sign.
When they withhold shipment, the chaos that would ensue when we couldn't produce power that we had become dependent upon would be overwhelming, and it would make a mockery of our national security.
But it would be profitable.
It's time for an energy revolution in this country, and we have the power to pull down a power generation coup right here in Oregon, and bring our troops home and put them to work building and manufacturing energy independence.
Are worthless, regardless of what others claim. The cost for the structure's outrageous. The gas might well go up in flames. More pipelines, huge pipelines, not what we want for our state, our state. No deadly structures, we protest before it's too late. The money should be used more wisely for wind or alternative fuels. Renewable sources are urgent. We grannies know best, we're not fools. Be safe, oh be safe, no danger to life and our coast. Our coast. Speak up to stop them. Our health is what matters the most.